Alright, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of my biggest snakes, my 2 reticulated pythons. And when it comes to big snakes, let me tell you, this snake that I have around my neck, this is not a big snake. This is Bobby, my bamboo ball python. He is really small compared to some of the snakes that I have. I have 2 reticulated pythons. I'm actually going to start with Lucy. She is a white albino. She weighs almost 100 pounds. I actually have a few helpers here that are going to help me with that snake. I definitely need some assistance on some of those. I definitely don't want to get in trouble with these big snakes. And then I want to jump over to Sonny. He is the male. He's a purple albino, part super dwarf. He only weighs about 40 pounds. Not quite as big as Lucy, but he's a little bit more aggressive / defensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over and I'm going to show you some of these big monster snakes. Alright guys, take a look at this snake. Talk about a big snake. This is Lucy. And I'd say probably at least half of this snake is down here on the floor. And she's so big, I can barely get her up here. She is a monster. This is a 4-year-old white albino. Oh, she's a handful, let me tell you. Woo. She's a really big snake. Let's see if I can get her up on my shoulders again, because I really want to show you how big she is. I don't know. She's a monster. Alright, Shauna, you might have to help me. Let's just lift her up a little bit. Alright. Oh, I'm losing her.
Got it.
Alright. Yeah. This is a big snake.
She's wrapped around my leg now.
Yeah, this is... Alright. Alright, I was going to show you the snake, but she is just too big, I think. She is a monster. Woo. So this is Lucy. She is a white albino reticulated python. Only 4 years old. And she is long. She's like 17 feet long. She's a really big snake. Really beautiful. Probably the best color out of all the retic morphs. And let me tell you, if you want to work out, you should get a reticulated python because they will wear you out. She is really big. And I can't even hardly even show you the snake because she is really super big. Alright, I think she's worn us out. I think we're going to go with the other snake. I'll show you the one. I'll show you Sonny. He is a little bit smaller than this girl. Woo, she is big. Alright, let's get her back in that boa tub. Alright, so that didn't really go as well as planned. That was kind of crazy. She was pretty much almost impossible to control by myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go for Sonny. He is my super dwarf reticulated python. And we'll see what kind of a mood he's in. He's usually a little bit snappy, a little bit more aggressive. I've actually been feeding him quite a few rats, so he's got quite a bit of weight on him just from the last couple weeks. And we'll see if I can get him up. He's definitely not as big as Lucy. He is nice and toasty warm too. Alright, boy, let's see. Alright. This guy's a little bit more unpredictable, I'd say. You can definitely tell he's got a really, if you can see him, he's got a kind of a slow tongue wag. Pretty much at this point, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get my snake hook and see if I can get him out. And my assistant happened to have a snake hook right here, so you definitely want to be careful with this guy. When he was young, he would snap at me like crazy. As a matter of fact, about 6 months ago, he was snapping at me a little bit. Still a little bit snappy. You know, Lucy's never really snapped at me. This one is a little bit more unpredictable as far as a snake. Usually once you get him up in handling mode, he is a perfect gentleman. Usually what he does is he starts running more than anything. He'll usually run before he'll bite you. So let's see if I can kind of get him into more of a handling mode here. Alright, buddy. You want to come out? You want to come out? Alright. Here we go, here we go. The hard part is actually getting him out of the tub. Alright. we go. I'm just going in on this one. I'm going in. All right. Oh boy. He's not happy. All right, so take a look at this. This is Sonny. He is the mate to Lucy. You can actually see a little bit more of his body in the video now. Lucy was so big, you really couldn't even get an idea of how big she was because you really couldn't get it in the viewfinder. And this is, even though he's a little bit smaller, I'd say he's maybe about 50 pounds now. Still a respectable size. And let me tell you, these retics will definitely wear you out. And it always seems, really hard to talk on camera and hold one of these big retics and talk at the same time. They definitely wear you out. This is actually, he's about almost probably, I'd say he's probably about 3 years old. He is 2015. Oh, he's about 5 years old actually. So he probably won't get any bigger than this. He's definitely wearing me out, that's for sure. And the funny thing is when you get them in the tub, they get a little bit defensive, and then once you get them up, they're, you know, they tame out pretty well and they get into a handling mode. And the funny thing about retics is they always want to go up. Take a look at that. They always want to get up in a tree and climb. It's kind of funny. Ooh. And one thing you want to really watch when you're working with these big retics is they don't wrap around your neck. That's probably the biggest thing. And with Sonny, well, this is Sonny. With Lucy, she's so big you definitely don't want her to wrap around your chest, because let me tell you, that actually happened to me once and pretty much knocked the wind right out of me. These big snakes are amazing. Pretty much gentle giants if you can get to the point where you can actually tame them out. The hard part with a snake like this is when I first got this snake, it was pretty aggressive, pretty snappy, and once they start like that, usually it's pretty hard to get them out of that aggressive mode. So this guy's always kind of funny. You can see his tongue is kind of slowly wagging. He is not happy, let me tell you. But I think he's a little more curious than unhappy because he's kind of looking around, more of a curiosity than being unhappy. This is a really awesome snake. I'm hoping to breed these guys this year. This is the male. I want to breed it to Lucy, and if they lay eggs, we'll probably get, I'm thinking maybe 50 eggs out of these guys. Pretty awesome snakes. So I'm going to put this guy back. Usually, this is probably the limit as far as handling this guy. And he usually starts going kind of ballistic after just a few minutes of holding him. Kind of goes into a crazy flight mode. And I definitely don't want him to snap at me, but I just wanted to show you how big some of these snakes are and some of the challenges working with these monster gentle giants. Alright, oh, I think we scared each other. Alright, buddy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You don't want to go back in? He's like, I don't want to go back in. Not in the tub. Alright. There you go. There you go, buddy. Woo. Oh yeah. That's a big snake. Alright, so there you have it. I thought that was definitely going to go a lot better than it did. It's funny when you jump in there and you first pick up those reticulated pythons, when you're looking at them in the enclosure, you start thinking, oh yeah, I think I can pick that snake up. I think I can handle them okay, until you get them up and put them over your shoulder, and then you're like, this is a really big snake. I don't think I can handle it. Luckily, I had several people down here that could help me out. I definitely would have probably gotten in trouble with Lucy if it wouldn't have been for the extra people. And when picking up Bobby here after those snakes, it's so funny. This snake seems like a really small snake compared to those retics. If you're thinking about getting a retic, make sure you have at least more than one person. At least that can help you when you're cleaning enclosures, moving that snake from one to the other. So that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.